welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. Okay, so I'm on part 4 of this quick jack, or whatever you want to call it. Perhaps we'll call it the, since my name is Turner, David Turner, perhaps we'll call it the quick turnaround. Fast turnaround, yeah, whatever, doesn't really matter. So once I get it all a bit more perfected, I'll actually do a video of actually how I made it, and I'll give you all the sizes and measurements, and if you want to make one, that's fine. Obviously, you know, you need to make sure that the welding's right and the engineering's right and so on, angles and so on, so that's down to you. I take no what's the word I'm looking for? Risk for that. I mean, if you want to copy it, you want to use it, you certainly do it at your own risk. But you need to make sure that the welding's good. You don't want it snapping. What I would say, if you're going to use this device, then use it when you're away from the car, so if it falls, there's no issue. Use it just to lift it up and put your jacks under it, really, because you shouldn't be working under this. It's not, I don't think it's strong enough if it was to be pushed accidentally or to be hit in some way. So it's just a device to get it up quick without getting underneath and trying to find a jacking point on the subframes. And then you can put, if you've got rubbers on the top of your jacking, on your axle stands, you can put them onto the subframes if you want to, or wherever. And you've got to be very careful putting them on the minis, because they're a monocoque construction, and they've only got strengthening ribs. They don't have any box section as such. So you need to be very careful where you put the mini. Check with other people if you're not sure. Anyway, so 7 days. I haven't had a cigarette in 7 days. And strangely enough, I don't know whether it's just in my mind, but I haven't coughed for about a day and a half now, 2 days, and I always, in the morning, it's terrible. This is one of the reasons I want to stop. But 7 days I've been on the puffer, it's working really well, touch wood. I can stay with it because I really want to stop. And I can actually hear it in my voice, I'm not wheezing as much. It can't be just 7 days, but yeah, who knows. So I'll try week by week by week, and I just want to kick the habit. But yeah, this is working real well. So I think it's because it's menthol. It's just like smoking a cigarette. You can actually hold it in your hand. You could hold it in your hand like a cigarette if you wanted to. But the fact that I'm getting a shot of nicotine and I'm getting the smoke out of it, it's the habit of it all. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. You can see what I've come up with now. If you have any comments or any concerns even about it, just let me know, and I can try and incorporate it. But I think the general idea works, you know. It's just really a matter of the length of the upright, because obviously with a mini they're quite low, so I'm going to have to make it adjustable so you can pick it up first place, put your jack stands in, and then extend it and then pick it up when you've got some height, because obviously the valances are an issue on a mini. And you can adapt it to any car, I guess, if it's got some kind of jacking point. The one for the side of the car, I will carry on with that, because I think that's a good, I think that will work well too if you want to change each side, the wheels, or you want to have a quick look at the wheels, or just check your bearings. But I would not be getting underneath the car with these. So, as I said, I hope you enjoy the video. Take care. Bye for now. So, you can see how it fits on. Basically, it's a bit hard to do this with one hand. Basically, you can see it's got a hinge on it there. It goes over that little tag, which is on most of the subframes. Why it's actually there, that I don't know. So you basically put it into the block into the back, which strengthens that subframe up, and you pull this forward, and then you put your thing in there. This is how the principle works. You've got this box section. Again, I've just knocked it up quickly. I've put 2 hinges on it, but you could certainly make the hinges easily with some tolerance rod and tubing, but there just happened to be 2 that I had. So you can see when it's closed, hopefully you can see it there, you can see when this goes into the, so this goes into the U of the subframe here, and you can see there's a distance between it, and then as this U here, this half moon and this box section traps it, and it also traps the back piece as well at the same time. And you can do it, I mean, this is hinging quite well, but I can make it a lot better than that. And you can see you can actually put it in
I'll put it into the good bit of the subframe. You can see it, pop it in, and it's on. So just open it up, just locate it into the subframe, and then close it. And that's it. Very little to it. And then obviously this, as you can see here, so you put it on, it's closed, the subframe is now in that U, and you can see that's a perfect fit there. Hopefully you can see that on an angle. Yeah, you can see that's a perfect fit on there in the centre. I've made it a little bit tight because when the weight's on it, it should be like that. So that's the way I've got around it. What I'll do now is I'll cut these legs and tape and come back at a slight angle here. There was another suggestion somebody said to me, which I think is a very good idea, is what I'll do is I'll put a box section within a box section, so it's like a jack stand with a heavy bolt through it, drill the holes so you can have it at different heights. That will do two things. It will allow you not to have such a massive purchase here, and make it easier to lift the car onto the jack stands. Then lift this up, take another purchase which will make the car even higher, so you can actually then just lift the stands up on the outside. So this is what I'll do. I'll put a box into this, not this one, I'll make a new one with a tolerance fit, and then same kind of deal, lift it up. But you could make this either way, you know, you could have it rounded. I mean, if you put some grease on that, you can see that would slide pretty easy. And unfortunately a bit of the welding splatter's gone in the inside, so it's catching a little bit. But again, I say I just made it up very, very quickly. But it does the trick. The only downside to this is that unfortunately the front subframe is quite a bit wider. So you'd probably have to make this where it comes out and then up to trap the front. So to use the same one for the front and the back, it does work, but it closes like that. Whereas if you brought a little piece out, an angle, and then came up, it would work on both, and it would still trap. So that's how it works. So you don't have to do anything with your subframe. You can basically, as I said, reach under, pop it on, put this underneath it, lift it up, put your jack stands under it on the bottom, on the lowest point. Then when you've got it on the jack stands, lift this, invert this up, bring this up, put your pin in. You lift it higher and higher and higher and higher with one movement. So that's the way it works. Anybody's got any ideas that might work better than that, I don't know. But as I say, it's just a basic hinge system. Works very easily. There's nothing difficult about it. It took a little bit of thinking, but yeah, it does the trick. So I'm quite pleased with that. Just needs modding up, and this certainly needs better angles and so on and so forth on it, which we'll do now. Now I've got the basic idea. So what I will do in this case, instead of having these on the back with tubulars, I can use this system to bring it up, and then I'll use the jack stands on the underbody. I'll put heavy, thick 3mm plate on the corners of the car. Not this one, obviously, the hill climb car, and I'll show you exactly how that will work right now. So this is your normal jack stand, and then what I'll do, as I said, is I'll put 3mm thick plate on the underside of the car, and these are rubbers which you can buy anywhere, any motor factors or anybody who does garage equipment. They're really good. I use them for my ramp and my centre jack. And then what I'll do is I will make a tool to go over here, a circular disc with the right profile to fit on here, and then a little upset so it goes completely around the circumference of that, and basically that will sit underneath it. So instead of having metal to metal, which is not very nice, and some of them are V-shaped like a piece of angline, which is shitty, you could make a cap that goes on. It'll have a base, a circular bit that grips the rubber, and that'll actually sit central on there like that. So you just, as you bring it up, the rubber's sitting on it and not the metal, and doesn't do any damage. and I think these are, I don't know, €5 or something, €3 each. It's just for wedging in between the blocks I already have on my 4-poster, and that's how we work it. That means I don't have to drill any holes or put any pipes in the side of the car and the sill, which is quite a bit of work. So I think this would be a better method. Anyway, so as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, keep with me on this. Any more input you guys have got, they've been very, very helpful. You know, you can't think about everything, but there's been some very good tips given, and I've taken them on board. I hope that you think that's still a win-win. So there you go. Take it easy, and bye for now.